The high voltage energy storage system, the series called Athena series. So the rated output power for the system are 8 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt, and 12 kilowatts. If you look at the key features of the system, so the system efficiency is 98.2%. Okay, load handling and backup capability. 110% continuous AC output overloading, 200% maximum backup output overloading for 60 seconds. Okay. The system supports 150% of the oversizing of solar panel. That means if we have an inverter which is 10 kilowatts, so we can connect 15 kilowatt solar panel to the system. If we look at the installation side and operation, okay, so it comes with that plug-in terminals for easy wiring, smart EMS that flexibly supports various operating mode, and OLED display and application for setting and data management. Next, we look at the appearance of the system. Okay, so here we can see the LED display. Okay, the grid status indicator and communication indicator. Here is the action button. Basically, the grid status indicator shows that either the system is connected to grid or not, and the communication shows us that is it communicating between the BMS battery management system and the smart meter connected to the system. In the LED display, we can see some parameter for different for PV could be grid battery. So here is the battery parameter. So the battery voltages, discharging power, the battery percentage, okay, and the signal strength with the home Wi-Fi. Next is system configuration. Okay, again, basic component for the system are PV, battery energy storage system, hybrid inverter, and some backup load and power grid. Okay, so basically this system can connect to a smart generator, which can sense the signal. If the system can send the signal to the generator, so it can sense, and some other smart loads like heat pump and other smart loads, and the on-grid load, which is directly connected to the power grid. System specifications: rated output power 8 kilowatt, 10 and 12 kilowatts, which is a continuous and peak power ratings. The battery capacity ranging from 10 to 25 kilowatt hours. So in this case, the battery module size is 2.56, and for this one, like from 20 kilowatt hour to 30.7 kilowatt hour, the module capacity is 5.12 kilowatt hour. And the technology is again lithium ion batteries. The efficiency is 98.2%. Input and output voltages and frequency. So the system is a three-phase. So it could be 380, 400, or 415, depending on the grid standards. The frequency 50 or 60 hertz. The life cycle for battery is 6000 cycle, and the safety features again DC reverse polarity, surge protection, ironing protection, and other protection like over temperature protection or short circuit protection. So maximum 10 units can be connected in parallel. So the maximum power rating can be 200 kilowatt and 614 kilowatt hour. Product key features: intelligent load access with the flexible settings, integrated ground fault circuit interrupter for safety, fast shutdown capability. Basically, fast shutdown capability means it comes with a emergency button. So in case of emergency, so we can use that button to shut down the system. 110% three-phase unbalanced output for phase A, B, and C. 110% continuous AC overloading support for the system in case of off-grid, up to 120% overload support. And if we talk about the switching time, so it's less than 10 milliseconds, which is uninterrupted power supply switching. Some product parameters. Okay, the product models come with the company name. Okay, the series, and XK represent in XK. X represents the rated power of the system, and P3 is the system is three phase. So the maximum PV input power is 150% of the rated power of system, as I mentioned earlier. The startup voltages for the PV and battery is 135. Charging and discharging current is 25 ampere. Rated AC voltages, it could be 380, 400, and 455 depending on the grid standard. And similarly, the frequency which is selectable again, and number of MPPTs. So there are two MPPTs for this system. Okay. The monitoring system of high voltage energy storage system, there are three kinds. The first one is cloud based, the second one is cloud monitoring application for the mobile phones, and the third one is local configuration application. So basically these are used for remote monitoring and configuration, and this application is used for local monitoring and configuration. Here are some setting parameters. We can see the energy flow diagram, PV information, battery information, grade, and load information. So the working mode of system, rated power of the system, and the battery connected to system. Similarly, if you move to the parameters, we can see multiple parameters like for the PV, battery, for the inverter, backup load, on the grid side, and the some grid parameters. In batteries, we can see the state of charge, state of health, voltage, current, and temperature. Next, moving to settings. So here we can see the quick configuration. So it could be the mode, operating mode of the system, some basic parameter, other power controls, and maintenance. In maintenance, we can remotely control our system while we can turn it off, or we can restart our system if it is required. Some other settings for the protection, for voltage protection, the maximum and minimum and maximum voltage. Similarly, for the frequency, minimum and maximum frequency, and the time. And for example, if it detects the protection threshold value, so when it should be disconnected, how long it should take. For example, it's 1.6 seconds. Battery parameters for on-grid and off-grid SOC protection. So we choose 20% for both. It could be 10%, 15, or 20, 30, any value. For a period setting, so we choose the timing for charging and discharging our batteries. Okay, so it's again for the uh, peak and off-peak timings for like peak and valley prices. So the next we will learn the installation requirements. So in installation requirements, so if whenever we install the system, so there must be uh, at least 50 centimeters on either side, spacing on either side. The altitude is 2000, the temperature operating which is minus 15 to 55, and humidity is from 0 to 85. If you talk about the grid environment, so should check the grid standard with the system. The distribution box wiring in case of single or three phase. In case of three phase, we have to check the phase sequence, and there should be no leakage or short circuit on the load side, and we avoid disorderly wiring in the distribution box. And for installation, there must be some certified and professional technician or electrician for a system installation. So here is the case. The system installed in the Finland. The system is 15 kilowatt. The energy storage is 30 kilowatt hour. So the system size is for the PV is 14.6, or each PV module is 430 watt. The storage capacity, 6 modules, each one is 5 kilowatt hour. So the total is 30 kilowatt hour. Cost saving on monthly bill is up to 75%. So the challenging address for the customer before installing the system were like the energy prices were very high and very dynamic. Okay, and this installation type is roof type installation. For the PV panels, if we talk about the expansion of the system, yes, this is we can add additional batteries and inverter to maximize the power and energy storage. And if we talk about the payback period of the system, so for this system the payback period is 3.2 years.